Let me be clear from the start. What I achieved wasn't the result of a trendy diet, punishing starvation, or exhausting hours in the gym. I didn't count a single calorie. Instead, I addressed the single most important metabolic organ in my body that had been silently struggling for years: my liver. Within 14 days of a precise targeted protocol, I dropped 15 pounds. The weight didn't just vanish. It released seemingly on its own because I stopped fighting my body and started fixing the engine that controls fat metabolism. In this video, I will walk you through exactly what I did, step by step, and explain the physiology behind why it works so powerfully, especially for anyone over 50. This method works because it targets the root cause of metabolic stagnation. When your liver is overloaded, congested, and inflamed, a state known as fatty liver, or simple hepatic stress, it cannot perform its core functions. It becomes a metabolic traffic jam. In this state, your body's ability to burn fat for energy shuts down. Stubborn visceral fat, particularly around the belly, accumulates and refuses to budge. Systemic inflammation and water retention increase. You feel heavy, bloated, and stuck. But when you systematically support and fix the liver, you remove this critical blockage. The metabolic pathways clear, inflammation drops, and stored fat and fluid begin to leave the body as a natural consequence. The weight loss is almost automatic because you've repaired the system designed to manage it. Rule number 1. Stop poisoning the liver at night, the critical window. Before we dive in, 99% learn these rules but never subscribe. If this helps you, please support our goal of reaching 50,000 subscribers. A simple like and subscribe lets us keep going. Now, to the rule. The liver follows a powerful circadian rhythm. After sunset, its primary job shifts from active digestion and detoxification to cellular repair, regeneration, and deep internal cleaning. However, this vital process is completely hijacked when we consume foods that demand immediate processing, specifically sugars and refined carbohydrates. For 14 days, I was militant about this window. After 6 p.m., I completely removed all sweets and desserts, bread and other refined grains, fruit, which, while healthy, is fructose that the liver must process, alcohol, a direct liver toxin, and any late-night snacks. This single rule had the most dramatic and immediate effect. Within 48 hours, the inflammatory water weight caused by my liver processing nightly sugar began to drop. My face looked less puffy, my rings fit loosely, and my stomach felt noticeably less distended. I wasn't losing fat yet, I was draining the swamp. Rule number 2, the liver needs bitterness, the bile trigger. Modern diets are devoid of a key taste: bitterness. Yet bitter flavors are a direct pharmacological signal to your liver and gallbladder. They trigger the release of bile, a digestive fluid essential for breaking down and emulsifying fats. Poor bile flow means fats are poorly digested and more likely to be stored. To jumpstart this system, I implemented a simple morning ritual. Recipe number 1, the Bitter Liver Reset Drink. This was my non-negotiable first act every morning. I combined 1 cup of room temperature water, cold can shock the system, 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice for citric acid and vitamin C, and 1/2 teaspoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, the quintessential bitter tonic. I would drink this on a completely empty stomach immediately upon waking and wait 20 to 30 minutes before consuming anything else. The effect was palpable: a gentle awakening in my upper right abdomen, the liver area, a significant reduction in morning bloat, and a marked improvement in my ability to digest fats throughout the day without discomfort. Rule number 3. Master protein timing, the repair signal. The liver rebuilds its own cells using amino acids from protein. To facilitate this repair, it needs a steady supply, especially in the evening when repair cycles peak. However, overwhelming the liver with a large protein meal alongside a heavy carbohydrate load forces it to prioritize processing sugar, not repair. My dinners became strategic. Recipe number 2, the liver repair dinner. My evening plate was intentionally simple and supportive. It followed this structure: a palm-sized portion of clean protein, wild-caught fish, pastured eggs, organic chicken or turkey, and a generous serving of cooked, non-starchy vegetables like zucchini, broccoli, asparagus, or cabbage. I eliminated all starchy carbohydrates, potatoes, rice, pasta, from dinner. Examples were baked salmon with roasted broccoli, or an omelet with sautéed spinach and mushrooms. This meal provided the building blocks for hepatic repair without spiking insulin, allowing the liver to enter the night in a state of regenerative readiness, not digestive overload. This directly supported fat mobilization overnight. Rule number 4, eliminate liquid sugar, the stealth toxin. This is arguably the most important rule for modern liver health. Liquid sugar in juices, sweetened coffee drinks, sodas, and even seemingly healthy fruit-heavy smoothies is a metabolic disaster. Without the buffering effect of fiber, fructose floods directly into the liver via the portal vein, where it is almost entirely converted into fat, de novo lipogenesis, contributing directly to fatty liver disease. For 14 days, I consumed 0 liquid sugar. No orange juice, no sweet teas, no pre-made smoothies. All hydration came from water, herbal tea, or the morning bitter tonic. This single change dramatically reduced the daily fat production workload on my liver. Recipe number 3, the evening liver calm drink. To support the liver's anti-inflammatory and repair phase before sleep, I used a simple, potent drink. I would warm 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk, stir in 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric powder, a powerful anti-inflammatory for liver cells, and add a pinch of black pepper, which contains piperine, boosting turmeric absorption by 1,000%. I'd sip this 30 to 60 minutes before bed. This combination helped reduce low-grade liver inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity overnight, and lower nighttime cortisol, a hormone that can drive fat storage when elevated. What happened day by day, the transformation timeline. Days 1 to 4, the initial deflation. Bloat and inflammation subsided rapidly. I felt lighter, my clothes fit better, and the constant digestive gas disappeared. This was primarily water and inflammation loss. Days 5 to 10, the shift. My waistline began to visibly contract. The stubborn cravings for sugar and late-night snacks vanished because my blood sugar stabilized. My energy levels became steady throughout the day. Days 10 to 14, the real loss. The scale began to move consistently, 1 to 2 pounds every other day. This was the point where my body, no longer burdened by a congested liver, began efficiently accessing and burning stored fat for energy. Why the weight stays off, the metabolic reset. This wasn't a temporary fat-burning hack, it was the removal of a fundamental metabolic block. A clean, well-functioning liver regulates your metabolism efficiently, manages hormones like insulin and cortisol properly, and no longer forces your body to store toxins in fat cells, a protective mechanism. When the liver is no longer fighting a daily battle, your appetite naturally normalizes, cravings subside, and your body finds its healthy natural weight. You are not dieting. You are upgrading your metabolic operating system. The most common mistake. People spend years trying to lose weight through willpower and restriction while continuing to damage their liver every single day with sugar, processed foods, and poor timing. It is a futile battle. You cannot out-exercise or out-starve a dysfunctional liver. Long-term success only comes when you stop the damage and start the repair. Your 14-day liver reset checklist. 1. No sugar after 6 p.m. Give your liver the night off. 2. Bitter drink. Every morning. Trigger bile and prime fat digestion. 3. Protein-based dinner. Fuel repair, not storage. 4. Zero liquid sugar. Eliminate the primary driver of liver fat. 5. Sleep before midnight. Honor your liver's peak repair cycle. If you are ready for a different kind of transformation, one based on healing, not harming, on intelligence, not deprivation, then I invite you to subscribe to this channel. We explore sustainable health strategies that respect your biology. If this approach makes sense to you, please give this video a like. It helps others find this message. And let me know in the comments, what is your biggest struggle? Stubborn belly fat or persistent bloating? Your answer helps me understand what to focus on next. Remember, lasting fat loss doesn't begin with your first step on the treadmill. It begins the moment your liver stops fighting you and starts working for you. That shift changes everything.